So for this project that we're gonna do is called the Peekaboo T-shirt or shirt. It was originated in TikTok a little while ago, and a lot of people have done videos on it. I already stayed behind a little bit because I was doing all the projects. But whatever is new, I want to experience it myself. So I decided to do a couple of shirts and see how it looks. So for this project, you're gonna need fabric scissors. You're gonna need a rotary blade. This is to cut the strip of the shirt. And then also you're gonna need heat and bond. In this case, I'm using the Ultra Hold, and it comes already cut in strips. But if you have the big roll, you can also cut that roll in strips and it does the same thing. But I decided to use this one. You're gonna need fabric, polyester, the highest count you can get. This is 100% polyester, and I cut it on the size of the design. And you also, in case the fabric that you use fray a little bit, you can use fray check. I got it just in case, but my fabric doesn't fray. This polyester is pretty solid. It doesn't fray at all. And you're gonna need a design done on sublimation. So this design that I use, I decided to use my sublimation printer, the one that prints, the black one that prints 8.5 by 11, and that's the one I use. Right, you're gonna need something to iron the strip. I decided to use my mini press by Cricut this time, and that way, you know, that you're gonna see why we need that to press the strips. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sublimation. I'm gonna position this in the fabric. I don't have to position because it's gonna be there. You don't have to like position or anything. Just put it there with heat-resistant tape. This is the design that I decided to use on this one. And so we're gonna press it down, and then we're gonna put it in the press. Because this is a smaller design, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use. Also, I forgot to tell you that you need butcher paper. Just to, you know, with sublimation, you always use butcher paper to cover your design and make sure that nothing is gonna go into the machine, because you know with sublimation the gases can escape and can damage your machine. It will be the gases can go up and print on your machine, and that is permanent. It's something you cannot take out. Just to make sure, because this is a smaller page, I'm gonna just cover the bottom of the machine, okay? Because it can go through the fabric and then through the platen, and I don't want that to happen on the bottom part. So I put the butcher paper. I'm gonna put the design here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cover again with another piece of butcher paper, okay? My heat press is at 400 degrees, and it's gonna heat for 60 seconds, okay? I use this glove because I have burned my knuckles a couple of times on this machine, and I'm not about to do that again. So we're gonna go ahead and press it for 60 seconds. And you know what I forgot to do, and you should not forget, was to roll the fabric with this to make sure that every length was out, but it's too late now. We'll see what happened, people. You're supposed to be rolling out. In case of if it's a polyester shirt, you roll the shirt like this, which it doesn't apply to this one because it's a cotton shirt, but in this case, when it's fabric, you should roll it. So for the next one, I'm going to roll. A lot of stuff in this one. Let's see. You never reuse the butcher paper, you have to throw it away, okay? Oh, this is beautiful, people. Look at this. Wow. And put the next design down. And this is the next design that I'm gonna use. It says boo is for bougie. I put the boo on bougie. That's good. I'm gonna again use some tape. Oops, forgot to put a piece of tape on this part. Another 60 seconds. And I forgot to mention that I use sublimation paper, and for the ink, I use Cosmos ink. Oh, this is even better. I love it. Look, people. Look at those colors. That's the difference when you use 100% polyester. That is unbelievable colors. I don't know if you can see it closer. Look at those colors. Amazing. Okay, so the next step is coming up. So the next step is pretty simple. I just can't get away from this over this nice print. People, look at how pretty the colors again. Okay, 100% polyester and ASAP paper and cosmics ink. Yeah, sublimation ink. All right, so the next step, what we're gonna do to do the peekaboo is that we have to cut strips on the shirt. You can go ahead and do it, without just doing it. Eyeballing it, I don't. I am very precise when I do things, so I need to do it straight. So I went ahead, because this design is 8 by 11, I cut a little bit larger, maybe like 9 by 11 piece of paper, and I just draw lines, and I did it an inch apart. Now, you can do it closer if you want. The reason why I did it this way, because I figure once you cut it and you stretch the material, it's gonna get thin, and then it's gonna get thinner after you wash it, and I don't want cords. I want kind of like some material fabric on it. Just to prevent it to be too thin after I wash it, I went ahead and I did it 1 inch apart. But you can decide, the size that you want the strips. So this is 1 inch apart. I'm gonna go ahead, because I only have heat resistant tape. I don't have regular tape. You use regular tape and you just tape it to the fabric. And this is this t-shirt. Just so it doesn't move, keep it still while I'm cutting. And you can cut exactly the size, or you can cut a little bit more. I'm gonna leave it like that, and if I see after I finish that I need to cut this longer, then I go ahead with the scissors and cut it, like longer. Okay. So I'm gonna move it this way so that I can do it easier. If you notice, I didn't center much because this is just, you don't need to be centered for this thing, you know what I'm saying? I more or less, I can measure. I'm pretty sure that is the exact size on each side measurements. So this measures 4. This measure. Whoa, I'm off. Definitely I'm gonna measure because I'm off by 1.5 inches difference. So we just put this in half. Make it easier for me. Let's see now. I have 1/4, 3 1/4. Put it below. Approximate, perfect. It's good enough. You can do bigger designs on this. I've seen people doing all the way down here. This is for a 12-year-old that I'm doing, so I don't want to do it too big, you know what I'm saying? So then we're gonna take the rotary cutter and we're gonna start slicing around. Okay, this is my first time doing this, people, so let's go for it. Oh, one thing that I almost messed it up. I need to put this cutter or cardboard in between because you don't want to cut across the shirt. So I went ahead, and this is my regular healing cutter, healing cutter board. You can cut on it and it doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna put it in between. It happens to be the good measurement for this t-shirt. This t-shirt is a size small, adult. So yeah. I completely forgot this part. Imagine, people, if I would have cut through, it would have been like a total failure, people. Okay? It's alright. Now we can cut. Alright. Alright, so let's go for it. Cut through. It's good to have this template because that way, it looks a little bit more like even. Be careful with this rotary cutter. It's very dangerous. You have to make sure that you keep the other hand away from it. It's very, very, very sharp. Especially, I just put a new blade on it. Okay. I think, let me measure the, make sure that I can do maybe one more. Okay, so for safety measures, you see the strips, people? What's that? Okay, right here. Okay, look, is that the strip? Now we're gonna go ahead and take it out of the board. And the next step is we're gonna put it inside out. This is a little bit short. You're gonna put it inside out and do the next step. And the next step is placing the strip of heat and bond. Okay. Make sure that you position the things flat. Try not to stretch it too much for now. Until you're done, you might want to do it flat as much as you can. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut strips of heat and bond. We're gonna put it this way. Make sure that this is the way it's supposed to be. As close as it's supposed to be. You see how if I would have done it thinner, it's going to be even thinner at the end? Because this eventually is going to get real thin. Alright. So we're going to cut here. Make sure that when you cut it, you don't overlap it. Make sure that they are individual, not to overlap one strip with the other strip. I'm going to use this as a guidance. Make sure. Because I want to make sure that it's going to get stuck into this material, this fabric. Alright, so this is done. And what you're gonna do, either some people use the do it under the heat press and put the heat press for a couple of seconds, but I prefer to use my mini easy press because the first part when you put it down, the paper side up, is 2 seconds. You're gonna go ahead and press it. Then after you press it for 2 seconds, you're gonna take the paper off and then you're gonna press it you're gonna put the fabric down or whatever the design, you're gonna put it down and then you're gonna press it for 8 seconds. So you have to be very precise with this, you cannot do it. And I'm afraid that if I do it on the press, it's gonna be too much heat. If you overheat it, it will not stick. I have used this for other projects and I have overheated it and then it doesn't get stuck. Because I need to put it closer to the edge. But cut it bigger, okay? The fabric. For the next one, I'm gonna do that. Just do it. Heat. It just says 2 seconds for the first part and then 8 seconds for the second part. And then it says that you can do another 2 seconds backwards, on the other side to set it up, which that one I will do on the press. So I'm gonna put this part, this press, this right here is too short. The cord. Let me show that you guys have a good view. Yeah. So 2 seconds. Let's start this way. So I noticed there are a couple of places in here that are a little gap. I don't know if I can fix it, but I'm gonna try to fix it. Okay, so then we're gonna attempt to take off the paper. Look like it's a shiny part. You notice it's like shiny? That's the glue. There we go. Now we're gonna put the fabric facing towards the slit, okay? Like this, you guys, so I can fully wrap the glue. Actually, you know, I thought it was gonna be too small, but it's not too small. Just slightly. I'm gonna put it slightly next time, slightly large. Then this part, you're gonna do it for 8 seconds. All right. And this one I'm gonna take to the yes, I put a pepper sheet on top of it, just to protect the fabric. And it looks stuck, very stuck. Let's see how it looks, people. Oh no. There you go. So what I'm gonna do, is just make sure that the fabric is a little bit larger than the design. This is what, you know, coming from this experience. But it looks very cute. It looks very, very cute. On the bottom, you see how the glue was a little bit above, and then I can clean it up. But you know, make sure that the fabric when you cut it is larger. But look how cute. This is cuteness, people. We're gonna do the same thing. Hello there. So I am back. So I'm done with the project. I didn't take the second part because we did the first one and I didn't want to make the video too long, but this is how cute the first one came out. Look how pretty. Yay. Nice bright colors. And then the second one that I did was this one. This is nice. It's nice. Yeah, it says I put the boo in bougie. All right, and then I went ahead, went on a roll, liked the process, and did 2 more. I did this one. This one is for me. This is a size large t-shirt. Look at how pretty it is. It says hello fall, and it has, you know, the rainbow with the pumpkin. And this one, which is the cutie pie, for the same girl that I did the first one. This is a size small, and it has the gnomes, and it says hanging with the gnomies. The gnomies. Isn't it pretty? This one is a long design. This is longer. I did it on purpose, long. It's very easy to do, okay? Very easy. One thing that I'm gonna suggest, if you use a heat press, make sure you keep it on a low temperature, because the first one that I did, I was doing some sublimation prior to it, and I, you know that with the sublimation, when the temperature, I forgot to lower the temperature a little bit, and the glue melted a little bit, and I tended to glue the back part of the t-shirt, and I had a hard time cleaning the glue off. So if you're gonna do it with a very low temp. I would say less, like 250, very low. I went ahead and I used my mini. So the other shirts, I didn't take any chances, and I used the mini because I feel like I have more control of the temperature, and I press it 8 seconds for the second temp on each one of the t-shirts. The other thing that I also gonna suggest is that I had 2 different brands of t-shirt. The Gildan t-shirt, which was the black one, and this green one is a thick t-shirt, and to me, I think it's gonna hold better because it's thicker. The other brand that I used was the Bella Canva. It's thinner. It looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the material is thinner, so you have to be very careful when you cut the slit that it doesn't fray. That's the only thing that I can compare to the Gildan. The purple and the green are Bella Canva, and it's very comfy, very soft, but when it comes to doing this project, you have to be very careful. I would suggest for you to do the slit a little bit thicker, even maybe like 1 inch and a quarter or something like that, because I mean, it's gonna stretch out more than the Gildan. That's the only thing, but they look nice, isn't it? So I just wanted to show you that. I'm gonna do a shot of the 4 of them at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, The Crafty Puerto Rican, and make sure that you give me the thumb up, and also subscribe, click the bell on notification bell, because that will assure you that you will receive all the videos that I have in the future. I just released a video yesterday, so it should be out. It's a very interesting video. It's a longer video, it's a tutorial, and then this one. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.